Both streams carried the same amount of water, but one village became rich while the other stayed thirsty. In a dry valley where water meant survival, two villages sat beside two streams. Both streams flowed with the same amount of water every day. Both villages had the same resources, the same opportunity, the same chance to thrive. But 20 years later, one village was wealthy and green. The other village was poor and dying. And the difference had nothing to do with luck. The first village was called Cada. Every morning, the stream would flow through Cada carrying fresh water. The villagers would rush to the stream with buckets, fill them up, and use the water immediately. They'd water their gardens just enough to survive. They'd wash their clothes. They'd cook their meals. They'd drink what they needed. And by evening, all the water was gone, used up. Nothing left. The next morning, the stream would flow again, and the villagers would repeat the same process. Fill buckets, use water, end the day with nothing. They lived day to day, depending entirely on the stream showing up tomorrow. The village elder of Cada would say, "We're doing fine. The stream gives us what we need. As long as it keeps flowing, we'll survive." But they were only surviving, never thriving. Every drop of water that came in went right back out. They consumed everything and saved nothing. They built nothing that lasted. Years passed. The village of Cada looked exactly the same as it did on day one. Same small gardens, same basic living, same daily struggle. They had water every day, but they never had wealth. When the stream slowed during dry seasons, the village panicked. They had no reserves, no backup, no plan. They just hoped and prayed the water would come back. And when it did, they went right back to the same cycle. Use everything today, hope for more tomorrow. After 20 years, Cada was still poor, still dependent, still living day to day. They had received the same amount of water as the other village, but they had nothing to show for it. The second village was called Basir. When the stream flowed through Basir, the villagers also filled their buckets. They also used water for their immediate needs, but they did something different with what was left. Instead of using every drop, the villagers of Basir saved some. They dug a reservoir near the village and diverted a small portion of the stream into it every day. Just 10%. Not much, but consistent. The first week, the reservoir had barely any water. People from Cada would visit and laugh. "Why are you wasting time digging holes? Just use the water while you have it." But the villagers of Basir kept going. Every day, 10% of the stream went into the reservoir. After a month, the reservoir had accumulated enough water to last several days. After 6 months, it could sustain the village for weeks. Now Basir had two sources of water, the daily stream and the stored reservoir. This changed everything. The villagers used water from the reservoir to build irrigation systems for bigger farms. They grew more food. They sold the surplus to other regions. They made money. They used water from the reservoir to start fish ponds. The fish multiplied. Another source of income. Another way water created wealth instead of just getting consumed. They used stored water to attract craftsmen and traders who needed reliable water sources. The village grew. Businesses appeared. Wealth accumulated, the daily stream still flowed the same amount. But now, instead of using it all immediately, Basir kept feeding the reservoir, and the reservoir kept creating opportunities. After 10 years, Basir didn't depend on the daily stream anymore. The reservoir was so large that even if the stream stopped for months, the village would survive. Better than survive, they'd thrive. After 20 years, Basir was wealthy, green, prosperous. They had turned daily water into permanent wealth, the same water Keda used and forgot. Basir saved and multiplied. One day, during a terrible drought, both streams slowed to a trickle. Keda panicked immediately. Without their daily water, they had nothing. No reserves, no backup. They faced disaster within days. Basir barely noticed. Their reservoir held enough water to last months. They kept farming, kept thriving, kept living normally while other villages suffered. The elder of Keda walked to Basir and saw their green fields and full reservoir. He asked, "How is this possible? We had the same stream, the same water. Why are you thriving and we're dying?" The elder of Basir said something simple but crushing. "Because you spent your stream. We saved ours. You used everything today. We built something for tomorrow. Same water, different choices." Here's the truth about money that most people never understand. It's not about how much flows in. It's about what you do with it before it flows out. The stream is your income. Keda represents most people. They earn money and spend it all. Every paycheck gets used. Every dollar goes out as fast as it comes in. They live paycheck to paycheck, always depending on the next one. They tell themselves, "I'm doing fine. As long as I keep working, I'll have money." But they're only surviving. They're building nothing, saving nothing, creating nothing that lasts. When income stops or slows, they panic. No savings, no investments, no backup, just immediate crisis. Basir represents people who build wealth. They take a portion of their income and save it. Not everything, just 10%, 20%, whatever they can manage. And they do it consistently. That saved money becomes their reservoir. It accumulates. It creates opportunities. It turns into investments that generate more income. It builds security that removes fear. The same income that Keda spent entirely, Basir turned into wealth. Not by earning more, but by keeping some and multiplying it. Think about your own life. When money comes in, do you use all of it? Do you spend everything and hope more comes tomorrow? Or do you divert some into your reservoir before spending the rest? Most people are Keda. They see their income as something to use, not something to save and multiply. So they work their entire lives and have nothing to show for it when the stream slows. Wealthy people are Basir. They treat income as a stream to be captured, not just consumed. They build reservoirs that keep filling even when the daily stream slows or stops. This isn't about earning more. Both villages had the same water. This is about what you do with what you have. Keda spent their stream for 20 years and stayed poor. Basir saved and multiplied their stream for 20 years and became wealthy. Same resource, different strategy. One thrived, one survived. Your income is flowing right now. Are you spending the entire stream? Or are you building a reservoir? The difference between wealth and poverty isn't the size of your stream. It's whether you save some before it's gone. Watch the next one.